YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with another reaction to this story that is going viral, y'all. Y'all won't believe this. This is crazy as hell. So this Georgia teacher was arrested, y'all, for putting hands on a student for allegedly calling him Mr. Lady. Listen, what do you guys think about this? I don't think that teachers should be putting their hands on students or children, or nobody putting their hands on anybody. But this story was kind of hilarious and also, mind-boggling at the same time, that a teacher would put their hands on a minor simply because the child recognized what you are. I'm just saying. And on top of that, the child allegedly said Mr. Lady, which means the child was trying to be nice. The child was trying to be inclusive, but somehow this struck a chord with this teacher, and this teacher just couldn't handle it and decided to put hands on this child and was later arrested. So, this just speaks to a bigger issue. In particular, it should speak to how a lot of people want to talk about people having control over themselves and not being, easily triggered. But a lot of people are walking around easily triggered. A lot of people are walking around with issues, and they're taking it out on children and anybody else. I just think that this was crazy, that a teacher who is supposed to be held to a higher standard would know better than to put your hands on a child, because the child clearly saw something new, saw what he saw and addressed as appropriately as he could. This is a child. And this person ended up putting their hands on this child and then getting arrested for it, as he should have been arrested for this. But you're looking at this picture. Do you think the child was wrong for saying what he said? Come on now. Kids are the innocent ones. They call it like they see it. There have been jokes about children being able to just see it for what it is, if you know what I'm saying. And once again, the little kid saying Mr. Lady showed that he was trying to be inclusive, that he was trying to, he saw it like it was. And the fact that this person couldn't control themselves and got so angry to the point where you think you could put your hands on a child is just ridiculous. Now, what if this child's father or mother or parent, you know what I'm saying? And I don't condone any type of violence or anything like this, but you can't be just putting your hands on people's kids. You can't be putting your hands on anybody because you feel a certain kind of way of how the child addressed you. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, I could see if he kind of, told the child, well, this is what I want to be addressed by or whatever. I could see that. But the child wasn't I don't think the child was being malicious. The child wasn't being malicious. I think the child was just calling it like he saw it. And that offends a lot of people. But you got to understand, everybody's not going to see you the way you see yourself. And if you want people to address you a certain way, then you should make that known to the class. Let the class know this is how you want to be addressed or whatever. And then they can't do anything but respect that. But to just sit there and think that you can put your hands on the child and nothing, and there's no consequences, it's crazy to me. And once again, I respect everybody's choices. I respect if you want to, whatever you want to be, because at the end of the day, you have the right to choose what you want to be. But you can't, start trying to put hands on kids or anybody else because they, don't see you the way you see yourself. That's all I say. You got to understand and respect other people's choices too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, looking at the picture, I can't help but to say, hey, look, that child see you. That child see you. I don't understand what else he was supposed to say. He said Mr. Lady. If anything, wouldn't that have been more of a compliment if that's what you think, if that's what you say you are? He said Mr. Lady. What else you want him to say? I don't understand. These are kids. So I don't know. I thought this was hilarious at the same time, but very troubling. And it was kind of funny, but not funny. You know what I'm saying? because I try to respect people's choices and all of that. But to take this out on a child, this child's in 5th grade. And you as the adult, no matter how you identify or what you feel and believe you are, you should have more control as a grown-up to know not to put your hands on a kid just because you don't like the way what the child said. You know what I'm saying? And as adults, that's something a lot of grown people need to work on. People always like I said, want to go out here and try to tell people you need to have control and you need to have emotional intelligence and you need to have this and we all grown. We need to know how to control ourselves and control our tempers and do all this. And you have people like this who just don't know how to control themselves. I mean, in this picture, he looks angry as hell. He looked pissed. He got his pink lipstick on. He got his leathery lace. I don't know what that's not leather. That's like lacy top on and stuff. Got his earrings on. That child understood that this looks like a man, but he has on lipstick and he has on this pink lacy shirt. So I guess he's a Mr. Lady. I'm just saying. The child did not mean any harm by it. And once again, he could have corrected the child and said, no, such and such, this is how I identify. I'm not Mr. I'm Mrs., or whatever. If that's what you want the kids to call you by, you have to let them know that. Regardless, you still can't lose control and put your hands on a kid. You can't do that. You got to have more control of yourself. And that's not the way to go. So him being arrested, I mean, that was rightfully so. You cannot do that. You can't just put your hands on children or anybody. There are a lot of people out here who are losing their minds because other people don't agree with their choices, and that's okay. Everybody's not going to agree with your choices, but you do have the right to make a choice of who you want to be and how you want to live your life, and I think that should be respected. But when you're dealing with children, these children don't know any different a lot of times. They just, like I say, they call it like they see it, and that doesn't mean you should put your hands on nobody's child. I'm just saying. And once again, I say this too, we have a lot of people like to put their hands on people when they don't like what people say. People can say what they want, but that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on somebody. And you got to understand, especially when you start putting your hands as a grown person, putting your hands on children, you need to be ready for, if these children's parents get involved, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was a good thing that they arrested him, because that's just taking it out of hand. There's in no way, shape or form you should be touching any children. That is not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have enough control to hold your temper or hold your hand back, and you can't take a child saying Mr. Lady, then that means you have a lot more issues that you need to work on. But listen, y'all chime in the comments. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think about this situation? If this was your child, how would you respond to this? Y'all let me know. Chime in the comments. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.